And the beautiful princess f***ed the Fishman, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. What's up guys, Jared here with another slippery new movie review. So 2017 is coming to a close and it's been one heck of a year for movies, but now it's time for all of the Oscar bait and award-worthy movies to flood the theaters. These are said to be the best of the best, so I headed out and saw the latest from Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water. So does the love story of The Shape of Water leave you wet and asking for more? Let's find out. So as I mentioned, The Shape of Water comes from director Guillermo del Toro and is a period piece set in 1960s Baltimore. The story follows our main character, Elisa Esposito, played by Sally Hawkins. She is rendered a mute ever since a neck injury she sustained as a child, and she works the night shift as a janitor in a secretive, aerospace, high-security government facility. One day, the facility receives a highly valuable asset straight from the rivers of South America, escorted by Colonel Richard Strickland, played by Micheal Shannon. The asset is later found out to be an amphibian humanoid creature that is extremely dangerous. As Elisa is cleaning the room, she discovers the Fishman and is intrigued. At first being terrified, but then later becoming friendly and teaching it sign language and other things. As the asset is ordered to be terminated, it turns into a daring escape and later into a wondrous love story. Wow, so I had heard that there was great things going into this movie, and after coming out of it, almost all of those were true. Del Toro does a fantastic job throughout the film with this unique setting and style of the 1960s, to the dark, dirty look of the facility, to the fantastical intrigue of the fish creature, to the relationship that love can come in many different shapes. Almost all aspects of the film, the visuals, the sound design, the casting, the story, everything just worked perfectly in this unique way that Del Toro was going for. The story was one thing that stuck out to me. In its simplest form, it's the classic love story, male and female fall in love, but this is so much different than that cliched concept. Del Toro puts a twist on the classic old screen format, having this flawed character fall in love with this well-endowed Fishman, who doesn't see her as flawed, but rather sees her as perfect. Even though it might be odd, you care for these two and you see how much love there is. Aside from the love story elements, there's also a daring heist and escape element to the story as well. On top of Del Toro's vision and story, the casting and performances were spot on. Hawkins does a phenomenal job of portraying this mute woman, showing us the mundane and drab day-to-day life that she lives. Everything is regular and nothing is exciting or new. In addition, Doug Jones as the Fishman is creepily on point. This guy is the perfect creature feature actor, and you pretty much buy that this is an actual Fishman rather than a guy in a costume. Besides the two main actors, Richard Jenkins, Octavia Spencer, and Michael Stuhlbarg all add to the film as well. I also thought it was interesting that all of the characters that sort of helped out Eliza kind of were tarnished in the public eye. No spoilers here, but her neighbor is a closeted homosexual, her friend is an African American in the 1960s, and the scientist goes against his Russian superiors. In a weird roundabout way, they have more in common with Eliza and the Fishman than they think. I thought The Shape of Water was fantastic, but there were a couple things that didn't really do it for me. One of which was a musical dance number kind of thrown into the mix between a well-dressed Elisa and the Fishman. It was almost comical. Hey, look at that Fishman dance! You dance there, fish boy! I know it's supposed to be romanticized and somewhat of a love letter to old Hollywood cinema, but it sort of felt more on the strange side of things. You know, because there's a giant Fishman dancing about. Overall, The Shape of Water is a fantastical breakout turned love story between two unlikely parties. With a great directorial vision, solid stories, fantastic casting and performances, and interesting character backstories and development, but with a strange out-of-place dance number, I'd highly recommend checking out The Shape of Water. It's a good old love story that answers the question, how come her lady parts smell fishy? What did you think of The Shape of Water? Was it the unconventional fairy tale love story you were hoping for? Or does this borderline on the side of bestiality? I want to hear about it in the comments below. As always, you can find me on the social medias at Jared Buckendahl on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.